What are multiples? A multiple is a result of multiplying a number by another number. Let's try the number 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 3 equals 9. 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 times 5 equals 15. These are the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. All this number can be divided by 3. Let us practice on the number 5. 5 times 1 equals 5. 5 times 2 equals 10. 5 times 3 equals 15. 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 times 5 equals 25. The multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All these numbers can be divided by 5. Now that you have learned about multiples, we can calculate the least common multiple, or the LCM. The LCM of two or more numbers is the smallest positive number that is divisible by all the numbers. There are two methods to do this. The first one is the prime factorization, and the second one is listing factors. Using the first method of prime factorization is more systematic and works well with larger number. The first step is to find the prime factorization for each number. We will find the least common multiple of the number 60 and 84. Once you have listed the equation, identify the highest exponents of each prime factor. In this example, there's number 2 in 60 and 84. We will need to take the one with the highest exponent. Since both number 2 has the exponent of 2, we can take either one of it. The number 3 also appears in 60 and 84. Since both are at the same value, we will take either one of it. Number 5 is a prime factor of 60, and number 7 is a prime factor of 84. We will need to take all these numbers as well. The last step is to multiply all these numbers together. In this example, we will use 2 to the power of 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. That will give you 420. So the lowest common multiple of 60 and 84 is 420. Now let's try again. We will find the lowest common multiple for 12 and 18. Firstly, let's break down each number into a product of its prime factor. 12 is equals to 2 to the power of 2 times 3, and 18 is equals to 2 times 3 to the power of 2. Second step is to identify the prime factor with the highest exponents. Number 2 is a prime factor for both 12 and 18. However, the number 2 in 12 has a higher exponent of 2. Number 3 is also a prime factor for both 12 and 18. However, the number 3 in 18 has a higher exponent of 2. Therefore, in this example, we will only use 2 to the power of 2 and 3 to the power of 2. The last step is to multiply the prime factor with the highest exponent. So, we will multiply 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2. That will give you 36. Therefore, the lowest common multiple for 12 and 18 is 36. The other method is the listing factors. This method works best for smaller numbers. What you need to do is to list all the multiples of each number until you find the first one that they have in common. To find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6, you will need to list down all the multiples of 4 and 6. You will see that the number 12 is listed in the multiple. Therefore, 12 is the lowest common multiple for 4 and 6.